Welcome to a series, He Trains My Hands for War, where we're going through the book of Joshua verse by verse, because the book of Joshua is by far the best example of what it is to be a nation or a group of people who are obedient to God's every command and doing it the entire time, and doing it through warfare and following his directions every single time. And what we've seen is, starting with Jericho and leading from kingdom to kingdom to empires. And Israel just defeated them time and time again by being obedient to God and his direction. And it's so incredibly important that we really understand this concept, because most people, including Christians today, they are not obedient to God's direction, especially when it comes to warfare and strange things. The only way to be successful in the end times and the warring of the saints, 3.5 years of tribulation, the only way is to do it God's way. It's the only way. And he will sustain us for 3.5 years if you do it his way. Well, what is his way? Well, read the book of Joshua verse by verse and you'll find out. And where we are is they've really conquered, again, empire and empire and empire, and now kingdom and kingdom and kingdom. And we're at that place now where the war is kind of coming in, but we're getting some understanding of why these kingdoms are rising against Joshua. And we're just going to pick it up right there. Joshua 11, starting verse 18. Joshua made war a long time with all those kings. There was not a city that made peace with the children of Israel except the Hivites, the inhabitants of Gibeon. All the others they took in battle, for it was of the Lord to harden their hearts, that they should come against Israel in battle, that he might utterly destroy them, and that they might receive no mercy, but that he might destroy them as the Lord had commanded. All right, I'm going to pause there because I want to kind of tie some of this to more modern times of what's going on. Because the Lord is hardening the hearts of the kingdoms surrounding Israel to come up against Israel. Why is he doing that? So he can destroy them. That's why. It's clear and plain. And what's happening now? The exact same thing. Literally, the exact same thing is happening right now. God's the same then as he is now. And we have to pay attention to that, because what happens to the countries that are against Israel? Well, they are utterly destroyed. Every time. I mean, even when it seems like Israel is in submission to another country, somehow Israel always comes out on top and destroys those people. Why? So God can destroy those people, because they're wicked. They worship false idols. They worship false gods. They worship false prophets. That's why. It's not that he's the same God. You have to see that. So what's God's message to America? Well, pretty much the same message. The message is not going to change. Those who curse Israel will be cursed. Those who bless Israel will be blessed. Period. If you're going to worship false idols and false gods and go against my commandments, then you're going to be destroyed, enslaved, or both. There is no other option. There is no other option. Wake up to that for a second. Do you know of any moment in the history of the universe where God had said about a people group, they are against my people, about the people group that are bringing about not just Jesus Christ, who will redeem mankind through his death and resurrection, but also bring about his throne established on earth, literally as it is in heaven. And these things are coming about. They're coming about. So what do you think? Is God okay with people groups trying to stop that? Or do you think he desires to destroy them? Of course he desires to destroy them. And we're watching that, like we're literally staring at it. And it's important, as Americans, as humans, as residents of heaven, that we remember we're only here temporary. So what are we to do when it comes to these things? Whoever curses Israel is cursed. Whoever blesses Israel is blessed. Period. Period. No ands, ifs, for buts. Whoever goes against God's plan and goes against God's commandments will be enslaved, destroyed, or both. Period. And most of the time, how does he do that? Well, he brings them against the people of God. Like, it is, Revelation describes the warring of the saints and the two witnesses, that when that comes to an end after 3.5 years, the people literally celebrate and exchange gifts like it's Christmas time. They're so happy to get rid of the saints. They've been causing so many problems for the antichrist and the world armies that they are so happy for it to be over that they literally have like a holiday where they exchange gifts. Just like Christmas time. This is what it means to be in the army of the saints. And understanding what that looks like is pretty much exactly what it looked like in Joshua's day. Sorry, it's real muddy here. I'm trying not to slip down this hill. So, we have to fully understand that how does God destroy other armies? Well, he brings them against you. That's how. And then he gives you the power through obedience to destroy them. That's how he does it. Any thoughts or insight on any of that? Definitely put that below. I do want to take a moment and say that most people watch this channel, they're not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. Greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests, so never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.